correct? All right, congratulations, Corey Seager, the 2020 Willie Mays World Series Most Valuable Player. Corey, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to get started with Alana Rizzo. Alana, go ahead.
Corey, congratulations.
Thank you. We did it.
So great to see this team do it after so many years. What does it mean to you to have had such an unbelievable postseason, to be able to deliver to get to this point?
Yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal. This team was incredible. All throughout the year, all throughout the postseason, all throughout quarantine, we never stopped. We were ready to go as soon as the bell was called, and once it did, we kept rolling. We had an unbelievable postseason. Both sides of the field. We ran bases, we pitched, we played defense, we hit, we scored runs when we needed to. We were in big places. I mean, you can't say enough about what we did this year.
How often did you think of this moment, actually being called a World Series champion?
That's things you think about when you're a kid, man. You wonder what it's like. You strive to hear that, and to do it with this team and this group, man, it couldn't be any more special.
All right, we'll go to JP Hornstra. JP, go ahead.
Hey, Corey, congratulations.
Thank you.
We asked you, a lot of people before this game and after the last one, to look forward to what it might feel like. And I'm just wondering for you, like in reality, did you truly not think about this until that final out was recorded, or did you start to get excited there even before the final out?
You really can't. The nerves definitely start creeping in, towards the end of the game. But you got to shut them out. You got to finish the job. We know more than anybody that the game's not over until you make 27 outs. So to be able to finally accomplish that, get the last out, win the last game, it's surreal and it's unbelievable.
All right, we'll go to Jorge Castillo. Jorge, go ahead.
Jorge, what was your reaction when they pulled Snow?
He was tough all night. You tip your cap to him, man. He threw a hell of a ball game. He had us off balance. He made pitches. We grinded. We battled, and we didn't really have an answer for him. And once he kind of came out, it uplifted us a little bit for sure. We started feeling a little momentum. We scratched a few runs, and we ended up winning.
We'll go to Tim Brown. Tim, go ahead.
Corey, I know it's almost appropriate, given the season you guys have been through, that in the 8th inning, one of your best friends and one of your best players gets removed from the game. What was that like? Where have you seen him since? I don't know. What do you know about all that?
Yeah, like you said, you don't even really know what to ask. We don't even know what to ask. To have that happen to a guy like that, a dude that's reinvented himself when he came here, what he's meant to this organization, what he's meant to this franchise, what he's meant to this community, and to take that away from him, it's gut-wrenching. It hurts me. I can't imagine how he feels. If I could switch places with him right now, I would. That man, more than anybody, deserves to take a picture with that trophy, celebrate with us, have his family around and enjoy this moment. And that got taken away from him, and that's just not right. That doesn't sit well with me.
In the dugout, were you aware what was happening? Did you see him walk away?
I didn't. I found out a couple outs later, when we were running out. Right when we were running out, I heard him talking about the move and stopped and asked, and they said what happened. And even in the moment, it's gut-wrenching. You don't know what to do. You want that man beside you. I've played a lot of games beside him. We've done a lot on this field, and to not be able to have him there and finish it, and to be able to accomplish what we did, that hurts. It hurts a lot.
Ron Blum, go ahead. Ron, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
Do you think, given what happened to you being hurt 2 years ago and the frustrations that you had 3 years ago, the meaning for you is different than it would have been had it come the first time?
Not really. It's to be able to win and to be able to do it with a team like this. It means everything. Obviously, going through the injuries and everything like that, and missing out on a World Series chance, it hurt. Obviously. But to be able to come back and get back in the same place with a team that's been there, and this core's been around for a couple years now, and to know what it feels like to lose and to be able to rebuild and come back and stay focused and to be able to finish it, it's special.
Mike DiGiovanna, go ahead.
Hey, Corey, you won this game with some guys on the mound that you probably wouldn't consider the bigger names in your bullpen. What did you think of the effort, especially sort of writing things early on, not letting things get out of hand?
Yeah, you can't say enough about our pen, our pitchers, our starting staff. I mean, what they've done all year and how they've been able to do it and just absolutely keep us in ball games and keep us close, get us back in games, let us get some momentum, and then have big innings where they shut them down. You can't say enough about what they did. Offense gets portrayed more because you have to score to win, but man, without those guys, we're not here. We're not in the same spot. We're probably at home already. So to have those guys, man, it's fun to watch.
And we'll finish up with JP Hornstra.
Still had the hand up. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, Corey, congratulations on being the World Series MVP.
Thank you.
Great achievement.
World Series MVP. Nice ring to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Danny.
Okay, first question.
All right, we're going to get started with Dave Roberts, the manager of the 2020 World Champion Los Angeles Dodgers. I like the ring of that, too.
Love that.
And the first question goes to Alana Rizzo.
Congratulations, Doc. You knew it. Why was this the year?
I had a crazy feeling that came to fruition, and it's just a special group of players, organization, just all that we've kind of overcome. I just knew that we weren't going to be denied this year.
How emotional is it for you to go through this and then see one of your best players can't participate like you want him to?
Yeah, that hurts, and I haven't had a chance to see Justin yet, and I don't even really know, all that went into it. I just knew that I had to get him out of the game in the seventh inning, and after the seventh inning, and so I'm still trying to learn, but I can't wait to see him.
Is it sunk in, Doc? You're a World Series champion manager.
You know what? I'm kind of looking at everyone and celebrating everyone else, so it's sinking in pretty quickly, and I'm obviously over the moon and happy for Julio and Clayton. That when people talk about him, it's World Series champion first, then future Hall of Famer, and for Kenley, Justin, just everybody. I'm just so excited for all these guys.
We'll go to Jorge Castillo. Jorge.
Hey, congratulations. What was your reaction when they pulled Blake Snell?
I was pretty happy because he was dominating us, and we just weren't seeing him. So, once Austin got that hit, then they went to the pen. I think that Mookie looked at me with a little smile, and we were just all kind of excited that Snell was out of the game.
And we'll go to Alden Gonzalez. Alden, go ahead.
Hey, Dave, congratulations. What did you say to Clayton the first hug?
I don't know, Alden. I just told him how happy I was for him and thanking him and how grateful I was to, be beside him. Basically just kind of sharing, and he was excited for me as well.
We'll go to Mike DiGiovanna.
Dave, congrats, man.
Thanks, DG.
What'd you make of your bullpen's effort? Not a lot of big names in this game, and how cool is it to have Julio finish it out, considering the postseason he's had?
It's so great, and for Flo, for Woody, for Victor, Bazooka, Bruce Dar and Julio to do what he did, all those guys, and it's just you look up and down our roster, everyone contributed and came up big for us.
We'll go to Barry Bloom. Barry, go ahead.
Thanks, Mikey. Hey, Doc, congratulations.
Thanks, Barry.
I'm happy as hell for you, really. I know how hard you worked for this. What was the process of you being told that you had to take Turner out of the game?
Yeah, it was basically the trainer telling me that he had to come out immediately because he tested positive. So at that point in time, I was trying to still manage a game to get other guys, ready to go. And I haven't seen Justin yet, so that's all I know.
We'll go to Tyler Kepner. Tyler, go ahead.
Dave, congratulations. Very happy for you. I wanted to ask you, now that it's over, you talked the other day about how the guys from the 80s were always great to you and pulling for you. But now that it's over, how big of a burden was that 32-year wait? How much did that hang over you and this franchise?
Well, first off, those guys from the 80s, the guys prior, obviously Tommy, Oral, all these guys, Ron Say, Boomer, these guys have all been great and supportive to us, Gibby. But to have our own moment, I think is great for the city of Los Angeles, great for the Dodgers, and I think they're happy too. I know they're happy. So, I guess burden's a word, but I'm just happy that we finally did it.
We'll go to Ron Blum. Ron, go ahead.
On the play on Corey's grounder with Mookie running, did you know before you saw where the infield lined up that he was going to go on contact?
Yeah. No, I made that decision. No, we made that decision, when Corey came up, just understanding that Mookie will get a great jump on the swing, and I trust him, so we were going to go on contact right there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll go to Pedro Gomez. Pedro, go ahead.
Hey, Dave, felicidades.
Thank you, Pedro.
How much of a burden has been lifted off of you personally, given how much you've been criticized the last few years for not winning it?
Yeah, I'm just, I think for me, I try to not make things personal about me, Pedro, and me. I'm just really happy for the organization. I'm happy for the players. I'm happy to help, lead this team to a championship. But, there's always going to be skeptics. But at least, this is something that no one can take away from us.
And we'll take a last question from Bill Plunkett. Bill, go ahead.
Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you, Bill.
When you sent Julio into the game, did you expect him to be the last pitcher you would use?
You know what? I didn't know. I just liked him right there to get out of that spot, and I just felt that, as long as he's throwing the baseball well and feels good, we're going to keep running him. But I really didn't know what to expect. I was hoping he would come out and throw the baseball the way he did, though.
Thanks.
Yep.
All right, Dave, congratulations. Appreciate it. All right, Julio, congratulations. We will get started with Julio Urías. We'll start with James Wagner. Go ahead, James. James, are you there? We'll get started with Jason Stark. Jason, are you there?
Julio, congratulations. When you came into the game, was it your understanding that you were going to finish the game?
Cuando entraste al juego, Julio, ¿entendiste que
ibas a terminar el juego?
No, la verdad no, mi mentalidad era sacar ese out, obviamente, que era el principal, y pues ya después de ahí se fue dando, ¿no? Bateador por bateador, como pienso, y pues cuando menos pensé ya estaba en el último out, ¿no? Del noveno inning.
No, I just focused on getting the one out, and little by little, it just went batter by batter, and when I least expected it, I was getting the final out.
It's a special feeling to be that guy who gets to throw that pitch. Can you describe that feeling?
Es un sentimiento especial poder ser ese jugador. ¿Puedes describir lo que se sintió tirar ese lanzamiento?
No, totalmente, es el out, se podría decir, más importante de mi vida, o sea, es un sueño para todos, no solamente para mí. Era un picheo, como te digo, que lo esperaba todo el equipo, toda la gente, toda la afición, que es para ellos, toda la afición de Los Ángeles, que yo dije, o sea, no se va a descansar hasta que lo logremos, gracias a Dios que lo logramos hoy.
Yeah, it was the most important out, and everyone was waiting for that. I know that, like I said, all of LA was expecting that. Everyone was waiting for that, and I'm thankful to God that we were able to achieve it.
All right, we'll go to Alana Rizzo. Alana?
Julio, ¿a qué punto sabía que iba a entrar en el juego?
Bueno, fue...
At what point did you think you were going to enter?
Bueno, fue cuando entró Graterol me dijeron que estuviera listo para el cuarto bateador y pues es normal, ¿no? Ya para mí de salir del bullpen ya siento que sé cómo lo tengo que hacer, sé el tiempo que necesito para calentar, entonces esa fue la mentalidad, o sea, ponerme listo para el cuarto bateador y así fue como salieron las cosas.
When both Graterol was pitching, they told me to get ready for the fourth batter, and I have the experience of coming out of the bullpen. I know how to get ready, and I was just ready for that fourth batter.
What does it mean to you to be the pitcher that closes out the game, that wins the World Series for the first time in 32 years?
¿Qué significa para ti ser el lanzador que consiguió el último out y por fin conseguir la Serie Mundial después de 32 años?
No, la verdad que bastante, como te dije ahorita, o sea, es el out más importante de mi vida o el strike más importante de mi vida, o sea, la verdad que es algo muy bonito cuando estás ahí arriba y sabes que todo el mundo está esperando eso, gracias a Dios que por todas las bendiciones y como te digo, contentísimo y agradecido con la vida por todo.
Like I said before, it's the most important out, it's the most important pitch, it's a beautiful feeling, you know, everybody is waiting for that out, and I'm thankful to God for the opportunity, and I'm thankful for all the blessings.
Bill Plunkett, go ahead, Bill.
Julio, over the years with the Dodgers, how aware did you become of the 32-year wait?
Después de haber pasado tanto tiempo con la organización, ¿qué tanto escuchaste, sabías de esa sequía de 22 años?
No, mucho, obviamente. El equipo de los Dodgers es muy famoso en México y uno viene creciendo con esa, se podría decir, con esa familiaridad, ¿no? que es este equipo, este color azul, o sea, la verdad que me siento contentísimo, no tanto por mí, sino por todos mis compañeros y por toda la afición, la verdad que lo esperaron por mucho tiempo y lo cumplimos, gracias a Dios.
A lot, obviously, the Dodgers are a famous team in Mexico, and you're familiar with the team and what it means to have that blue on, and I'm just happy for my teammates, and I'm happy that we were able to achieve it.
Pedro Gomez, go ahead, Pedro.
Julio, ¿qué la sentimentalidad del pueblo latino en Los Ángeles? ¿Qué significa esta victoria? What does this mean for the Latin people of Los Angeles?
No, todo, o sea, la verdad que la afición en general en Los Ángeles, todo el mundo sabemos el que está en este equipo y los que van a jugar en contra de nosotros a Los Ángeles, la verdad que salen encantados de ese estadio, la verdad que como lo digo, para mí es el mejor con toda la afición que tenemos y a pesar de como te repito, o sea, la afición latina principalmente y la mexicana, que para mí en especial es algo que me siento como en casa y como lo dije cuando empezó la serie, o sea, no vamos a descansar hasta que lo logremos. Faltaban 4 juegos más, los logramos y la verdad que esto es para todos ellos. Bien contento, la verdad.
Para ti es como una victoria para México. Is it like a victory for Mexico for you?
No, totalmente. La verdad que el apoyo que recibo de todos los paisanos es un apoyo incondicional en las buenas y en las malas. Entonces, la verdad que me siento muy contento, muy orgulloso de poder lograr esto y como lo repito, esto es para mí, pero también es para todos ellos. La verdad que me siento muy alegre y muy contento por eso.
Muchas gracias.
Julio, congratulations. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. Clayton Kershaw, World Series champion. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Dallas native, so it's like a storybook, and we'll start with Alana Rizzo. Alana, go ahead.
Clayton, it's tough. I only get 2 questions. First and foremost, congratulations. I know how much this means to you. Can you put into words kind of what you were feeling when you saw that last out and you came out of the bullpen?
Thank you. No, I can't yet. It's just I've been saying, World Series champs in my head over and over again just to see if it'll sink in. And no, I can't put it into words yet. I'm just so very thankful to be a part of this group of guys, and so very thankful that we get to be on the team that is bringing back a World Series to the Dodger fans after 32 years. And they've waited a long time, and to get to do that, to get to be on the team that did that in LA, you couldn't ask for anything more. It's incredible.
You literally have done everything in your power to achieve this. To be able to do it with this particular group of guys in a pandemic year, does that make it even more special?
I think this year's been crazy, obviously, but no matter what, we'll look back on this and we're World Series champs, and to get to say that and get to be a part of it, it's so special. No matter what, to be with this group of guys. The only thing that maybe would have made it better was if we were at Dodger Stadium tonight to get to do it, which is a bummer that we're not. But there were so many Dodger fans here tonight. This place was all Dodger fans the whole time, and to get to see, it was only 10,000 people here tonight or whatever, but I bet 9,000 of them were Dodger fans that all stuck around after and cheered for us. And I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for the guys in that clubhouse. I'm so happy for my wife that she's just the sense of relief that she has that we finally did it. And for my whole just the people that are just happy for me, it's overwhelming just to see the support. And I'm just so thankful to everybody that's reached out and everybody that's made this possible.
We'll go to Tyler Kepner. Then Tyler, go ahead. Do we have Tyler? Okay, we can go to somebody else. Let's go to we can go to Stephanie Apstein. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Hi, Clayton, congratulations.
Thanks.
You've been thinking about this for a long time. What's different about it now that it's happened than what you heard?
I don't know. I don't think anything's different. I think it's a great feeling, and it's there's a lot of emotions that go into it. I think just like pure joy for one, to have your dream that you've worked so hard for realized. Just thankful, I think, is another one, to be a part of this team, this group of guys. There's definitely a sense of relief. I think that we did it, and we've been the best team the whole year. We've been the best team before too, and haven't won. So to get to be the best team throughout the whole year, make it through this crazy playoff run, and to win the World Series is a pretty special accomplishment. And I'm not going to take that for granted, for sure.
Tyler Kepner.
Clayton, congratulations.
Thanks.
Last year in the clubhouse after the last game of the season was really tough, obviously, for you. What do you think this championship and the way you pitched all month is going to mean for your legacy, and what do you think improved this postseason?
Yeah, those are all bad questions. I don't care about any of that, man. We won the World Series. I don't care about legacy. I don't care about what happened last year. I don't care about what people think of. I don't care at all, man. We won the World Series. The 2020 Dodgers won the World Series. Who cares about all that other stuff? To be a part of that team, all that other stuff is just pointless. It doesn't matter. We won. It's great.
We'll go to Ron Blum.
Hi, Clayton. Congratulations. At all the times you guys came so close and fell short, were there ever any moments that you started to doubt
once again, man, all those other years don't matter. It doesn't matter who wins, like all those other years don't make this any sweeter, like winning the World Series, if you're in the playoffs for the first year, is just as sweet. So like, this is what we've worked for our whole lives. Like every single one of those guys has worked their whole lives to be a part of a World Series championship team, myself included. So those other years are done with. Somebody won the World Series and it wasn't us. And now we are the ones that won the World Series. And that, I can't get over saying that. It's just amazing.
Jorge Castillo. Jorge, go ahead.
I think a lot of guys have said this is the best team they've ever played on, and we just felt so confident going into this postseason. What made this team that, we think so, the best team we played on, and so confident going into this October?
I don't compare other teams, never have. I've been on some great teams, but this team was really, really special. All the way through. Every faction of our team, offense, defense, starters, bullpen, there's been so many amazing people, talent, guys that fit their roles so well, guys that always believe that we're in the game, a conviction to win every single day. Some of those things you just can't teach. So credit to Andrew, Doc, all those guys that put this group of guys together. But this is the best team I've ever been a part of. We won the World Series. Best team I've ever been on.
Alana, go ahead.
Clayton, there is no question your leadership role on this team, but how difficult is it to see JT not be able to celebrate in the way in which he wants to, as deserving as he is as well?
I'm sure it's really hard tonight, and we all feel for him. But I hope that he can take solace in the fact that we're not here without him. He's been our guy for a long time. He's done so many incredible things for this organization. He's been the rock in the postseason for us every single year. And they, just like tonight might not be the night that we expected as a team or that he expected individually, they'll never be able to take away the World Series championship from any of us. So it might not be the same tonight as other teams get to celebrate, and that's not fair, obviously, to fans and us and everybody, but we're still the champs. And someday soon, I hope, we are going to celebrate, and we are going to be there, and there's going to be a parade, and there's going to be tens of thousands of Dodger fans. I don't know when, I don't know how soon, but whenever that day comes, I know JT is going to be there, and it's going to be a special thing.
Tim Brown, go ahead, Tim.
Clayton, you were one of the last out of the bullpen.
I'm just slow, man.
It's not an age question. It was almost as if you wanted to hang back and take the whole thing in. Can you describe what you were seeing? It looked like you found your family in the stands. Can you just describe what you saw in that moment?
Yeah, I was trying to take it all in as best I could. I just looking around and running in front of the bullpen. You never really script what you're going to do or how you're going to feel, but just that it was a content feeling, just like a job is done. We won, we did it, we won our race, and it's over, and we completed our mission. And so I think that just a feeling of contentment, joy, and then to get to see that group of guys and how happy everybody was. Only one team gets to do it every year, and it's not an easy thing to do. So it's just a really special thing, man.
Gabe, go ahead.
Hey, Clayton. It seemed like your quest to do this really resonated with a lot of people, and you mentioned feeling happy for people who would, reached out to you. Did you kind of feel that from Dodger fans and others as well, that, hey, we want to see you get over the hump and do this?
I don't know about all that, but I do know that there's a lot of people out there that have always supported me. Former teammates, friends, family, that have been there every single year when it hasn't gone our way, my way, and my wife, my kiddos, my family, my friends, all those people that have seen the disappointment before, and they wanted it just as bad as I did, and they wanted it for me, and that's such a selfless thing to feel. And so to get those text messages from former teammates, or to get those text messages from friends, or have friends at the game like I did tonight, have family at the game, to see how happy they were for us, for me, for our family, it's overwhelming just to think that people care that much about you and how they want you to have success and reach your dreams and things like that. So it's not lost on me, and I'm just very thankful for every single person that has always been in our corner.
We'll go to Adam McCalvey. Adam.
Clayton, Mookie gets that big double after they make the bullpen move tonight. Now that it's all said and done, how do you sum up what he meant to this game, this series, this postseason, and sort of your whole season?
Yeah, I mean, Mookie's unbelievable. He's an incredible baseball player, does everything so well that everybody talks about. But, you know, I think that he strives to be perfect, strives to, you know, be excellent every single time out there, and that focus and that consistency. I don't know how much better it made other guys in this clubhouse, but I know it did. I know it did some. And, you know, you don't win a World Series without any of those 28 guys in there. You know, you don't. But obviously he made a huge impact on our team, a huge impact on our postseason, and tonight a huge impact on the game.
Take a couple more for Clayton. Eric Steven.
Clayton, I'm just wondering what Dave Roberts meant to you guys this year and perhaps in previous years, finally getting the job done.
Yeah, we're happy for Doc, man. You know, I think it's not easy to be a manager. It's not easy to be a manager in the postseason. But to get through this game the way he did, you know, to manage the bullpen the way he did, to navigate it through, and, you know, gave up one home run tonight in the first inning, and then everybody was matched up the way that he expected it to go, and we won the game. And so that's a, you know, tip your cap to him, tip your cap to our coaching staff, front office. It's not just a player thing. You know, we play the game, but there's so many behind the scenes people that put us in position to succeed, and he's at the top of that food chain. So we're all so happy for him. We're so happy for every single person that had a part in being a part of this Dodger group this year.
Take a couple last ones. Kyle Glazer.
Hey Clayton, you've seen guys like Corey Seager and Cody Bellinger come up through the farm system and join this team over the last few years. What's it been like for you watching all this talent ascend, this homegrown talent come up, and then culminating in this World Series win tonight?
Yeah, you know, talent is God-given. You know, talent is something that there's nothing you can do. You know, you're born with talent. So, but what I love to see is how these guys dedicate themselves to get better, how they work. And Corey and Belly are perfect examples of that. And the way they've grown into leaders on our team, the way Corey was this postseason was unbelievable. Just the way he, you know, the focus, the intent, the drive to make other players around him better. And just a special thing, man, to see all those guys that started the way they are, Jock, Barnesy, the postseasons that those guys had. I love those guys. The way that Julio pitched, you know, that was incredible. You know, obviously Walker, you know, he's been doing it for a long time, but I could just go down the list, man. I'm proud of every single one of those guys that stepped in and filled a role tonight and for our whole season.
Clayton, you are a World Series champion right here where you grew up, so congratulations.
Yeah, keep saying it. It sounds good. Thank you.
We're all very happy for you. All right. Mookie, congratulations.
Thank you.
We're very happy for you. We will get started with Mookie, and first question we'll have Alana Rizzo. Alana, go ahead.
First of all, congratulations. Some people go their entire career and never have this opportunity. You now are a World Series champion ×2 with a new club that absolutely adores you and welcomes you with open arms. What does this mean to you?
It just means everything. You know, I was traded for to help get us over the hump, and so I just use that as my fuel. And you know, since day one, that's obviously been the goal to win a World Series, and so I'm just happy to be a part of it.
You had that home run. Did you have, apart from the fact you just hit a home run in the World Series, can you appreciate how much of an impact that home run had in this game, given the club some insurance?
Yeah, you know, we needed to scratch across another run right there, just for you know, like you said, a little insurance, and you know, that time it came with the long ball, but you know, however happened, it just needed to happen.
Pete Abraham. Pete, go ahead.
Mookie, you've done this twice now. How does it compare to the first time, and how different were your emotions tonight?
The first time is always, it's different, should I say. I mean, obviously the first time I didn't know necessarily what to expect. This time I knew what to expect, but, my goals, my motives were a little different. Like I said, I was traded for this reason, and I'm proud of myself, proud of the guys, for accomplishing it.
Tim Brown. Tim?
Okay, a good part of this championship in Los Angeles will reflect Clayton Kershaw because of the time here, because of the effort, because of who he's been. What this year have you learned about him being a teammate, and then particularly over the past month watching him perform?
Obviously, he's one of the best teammates, I've been with. One of the most fierce competitors. When he steps on that mound, he's there to compete, no matter what he has that day. He's been great for us his whole career, obviously for this year, and I'm just happy to be on the same side as him.
Pedro Mora. Pedro?
Okay, what was the celebration like after this, and was it dampened in any way by your guys learning that Justin had tested positive?
I think it was obviously emotions were high, and everybody was super excited. We didn't get to fully celebrate like we wanted to. That kind of sucks that happened, and but Eddie came in and filled in the role nicely, which shows the depth we have. But I'm sure we'll find a way to celebrate.
Ken Davidoff. Ken?
I don't even know what he said. I don't know. I think he said the photo. I mean, he's part of the team. Forget all that. He's part of the team. We can't. We're not excluding him from anything.
We'll go to Alana Rizzo. Alana, go ahead.
Mookie, having done this before, what was it about this team in particular that was able to get over the hump? It's one thing to want to win a World Series. It's another thing entirely to actually achieve it.
I think we worked so hard from spring training to now. We prepared for all these situations that came. We executed when it was time to execute. When our backs were against the wall, we came back. We overcome adversity. Overcame adversity, should I say. So, we everything's special about this group of guys, and we love each other. We played for each other and not just the Dodgers, and that's how great teams are made.
Ron Blum. Ron, you there? Okay, we'll go to Tim Brown. Oh, go ahead, Ron.
If you look at what Corey did for the team throughout the whole postseason, he seemed to step up almost more than most. What is it about him that impressed you?
Everything. He plays shortstop well, swings the bat well, runs the bases well, does everything right. It wasn't just the postseason. He did it all year, and so he was huge for us all year, and he was just steady the whole time, constantly getting 2, 3, 4 hits. It was just that's huge in a lineup like ours, and everything he did was amazing. He deserves everything came his way, and that is coming his way, and he's a great dude, great teammate. Siegs is just the man, and he proved it.
Tim Brown. Tim, go ahead. Tim, you there? All right.
I left my hand up by mistake, sorry.
Okay, go ahead, Gabe. This will be the last one for Mookie. Gabe.
Same thing. I'm good.
Okay. We'll take one more. Kyle Glazer. Kyle.
Hey, Mookie. Dave said you gave him a smile when Blake Snell left the game. Just what were your thoughts when they pulled Snell?
Man, it was kind of like a sigh of relief. Had he stayed in that game, he may have pitched a complete game, and I don't know exactly what would have happened, but he was rolling. I mean, he was pitching really, really well. That's the Cy Young Snell that came tonight. So once he came out of the game, it just like I said, it was just a breath of fresh air. We had some pretty decent at bats off their bullpen guys. So we knew we figured we could scratch one across since we saw the bullpen guys a little better. But Snell, got to tip your cap. He did amazing.
Mookie, you're a champion in your first year in Los Angeles. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I'll have an update shortly. All right. Kenley, World Series champion. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very happy for you. We'll give the first question to Alana Rizzo. Alana, go ahead.
You with your glasses and the Jumpman shirt, you are a World Series champion, Kenley.
Yeah.
All that you have been through, can you please describe what goes on in that head of yours right now?
A sigh of relief. We finally made it. We are champs. We are world champs. Nobody can take this away from us. We work hard for it, and well deserved. And I'm proud of every single teammate of mine in the clubhouse. Everybody, we all did it. So, to the city of LA, it was well deserved for you guys. You guys needed the most. 32 years, and here we are, world champs.
You have been so selfless in cheering on every single person that has taken over the ninth inning. What does this mean to you to be able to do this as such a team effort, Kenley?
It's a team effort, we all got to pick each other up, and that's why we do. That's why we do it best. That's why we are world champs today, because we all pick each other up. And I'm proud of Julio, how he stepped up. I'm proud of everyone. It's awesome. It's awesome. I don't know how to describe this feeling right now. I'm just gonna enjoy it every single day.
Ron Blum. Ron, go ahead.
Hey, Kenley, do you think this means more to you now than it would have been had it come earlier, given all the adversity both the team overcame and you personally overcame?
Everything you gotta earn in life, and this is the way how God want us to go through. For me being, every day I go on my knees and pray to God, and I feel like this is God's way. We learn a lot. I learned a lot in life, and going through all the adversity, and we all fought, and we all went through the up and downs, and here we are today. We can say we are world champs. Nobody can take this away from us. It's an awesome feeling.
We'll go to Carrie Osborne. Carrie, go ahead.
Kenley, your first game as teammates with Justin and Clayton all on the same team was back in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
What do you remember of that game, and then can you talk about the journey and what those two guys have meant to you?
Man, a lot. I mean, knowing Kersh, be the first guy who caught him in Gulf Coast League in 06, see how he, go through his career and got to the big leagues so quick, and, got called up in the big leagues. My first save was the game that Kersh was pitching. And then, JT arrived in 14. I learned so much from him, It's an awesome feeling. It's a well-deserving for Clayton, well-deserving for JT. It's awesome, man. It's awesome to be there, be a part of, teammate with them. I love those guys. I love, see how they go through their business, and here we are, man. We are world champ.
Mike DiGiovanna. Mike?
Yeah, Kenley, you've been such a big part of so much that has gone on here over the last however many years. Just wondering what it was like for you to watch the proceedings from the bullpen tonight, and how weird it kind of was to not be in that game.
As a team, man, Julio was throwing the ball pretty well. I'm ready anytime that, the phone rings. And, yes, we all want that moment. But, Julio was throwing the ball really well. And it's awesome, man. It's awesome. I could say, you know, being a Dodger, feel like I'm a true Dodger now. You know, after 32 years, you know, the trophy's going back to LA. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. I mean, you know, I will cherish and remember this moment my whole life. You know, I can, you know, my kids was here with me when they get older. You know, I can remind them that this moment, you know, that, you know, we are world champ.
Alana?
Kenley, you have done so much for this organization, and somebody that's been so proud of you and instrumental is the late, great Don Newcomb. If he were here to see this, what do you think he would think, and what do you think you would say to him?
Man, Don, rest in peace. He meant so much for me in my career, helped me so much mentally, and, you know, we tried to win one for him in 17 and 18, but, you know, if he would be here, he would have said that, you know, you finally got it, you know, just enjoy this moment. I know that's what he for sure will tell me, well deserved, you know, and he will tell me that he loved me as, you know, as a father and, you know, as a friend and everything, you know. So I know how close I was to him, and I learned so much from him, and that's how I feel like I'm a true Dodger today, because I was with one of the legends, you know, learned so much from him, and, you know, now I'm a part of a champion with the Dodgers. So it's an awesome feeling.
Diana Alvarado? Diana? Okay, we'll go to Mike DiGiovanna. Mike, go ahead. All right, we'll go to Ron Blum.
Think we're done?
All right, I think.
All right, thank you.
Asked and answered.
Okay.
Oh.
Thanks, Ron.
All right,
We're good.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations, Kenley.
Dodger President of Baseball Operations, Andrew Friedman, now available. First questions from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead.
Dodger President of Baseball Operations and World Series champion. That's
I like the sound of it.
Yes, it's good. Congratulations, Andrew.
Thank you so much.
You lost faith in this team, but now that you've had all of 17 minutes to let this sink in, what goes through your head?
It's incredible. Just what we've had to go through this year, really as a country, as a world, just all that everyone has had to endure, and thinking back to April and May and fearing that Dodger fans were not going to get a chance to see this 2020 team even go on the field and compete. And for us to be standing here tonight holding up the World Series trophy means everything.
And you said that the trophy is going back to Los Angeles, where it belongs. This has been a long road, not without adversity, certainly. At what point do you think you'll realize that you guys are World Series champions?
It's a really good question. Yeah, obviously we've gotten close in years past, and I just couldn't be more proud of everyone that we work with, everyone who's in this together. It would have been easy to just kind of throw our hands up, and each adversity that we faced, I think, brought us closer together. And we, kind of huddled up and kept trying to figure out ways to get better and to improve. And for it to culminate in this is so incredibly special. And it hasn't fully really set in. And I think, never done this before. So I'm not sure when, but I really like the feeling.
How grateful were you that Kevin Cash took Snell out of the game?
Those guys obviously, have managed their starters that way throughout the year, and it was good enough to get them to Game 6 of the World Series. In that moment, watching the game, we were certainly happy that he did, but, obviously they have their reasons for what they do, and they're really good at what they do, again, as evidenced by them being in Game 6 of the World Series. But, from our standpoint, I think our hitters got a real jolt from that, but who knows how the game plays out if he stays in the game, and it's something we'll never know.
At what point were you counting down the outs?
From the minute that Mookie scored, the second Mookie scored.
What a game changer! What was going through your mind?
It's funny. I talk about this a lot. There are games during the regular season that I have really good recall of, and I can kind of walk you through inning by inning and who pitched and what happened. And playoff games are a blur to me. It's kind of an out of body, just the intensity. But obviously, Barnesy getting that hit, and then Mookie coming up and getting the double down the line. And so then I'm trying to figure out, all right, we got, 2, 3, 4 coming up. And for it to happen the way it did, just speaks to baseball and how you can benefit from it at times. And at times like Game 4, you can be on the wrong side of it. And so when things work out in your favor, it's what we love about it. And when it goes against you, it's what you hate about it.
You have received your fair amount of criticism and questions regarding how you guys have handled Julio Urías and his development. Can you look at this and say, this is why we did what we did?
No, I mean, obviously he was incredible this postseason. Just the compete, the way he went about it was as good as it gets. And, we talked about, putting him in that role in Game 7 and just to a man, it was easy to bet on. And then for him to go out and back it up the way he did, just speaks volumes about him. And so he was a huge part of getting us to this point, and then obviously a huge part of Game 7 in the CS and a huge part of Game 6 tonight.
Next question's from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Yeah, congratulations, Andrew.
Thank you, Bill.
Sorry, I have to ask you about Justin Turner. Can you please take us through when you learned, what you learned, and very specifically why he was on the field for photos and part of the celebration?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of this, and I get the questions, will be for another day. I found out about it in the 7th inning, and, it was extremely surreal, and, obviously my mind was somewhere else, and then had to quickly adjust to what was happening. Obviously incredibly unfortunate, but kind of speaks to what all of us are going through in 2020, and then the post game. I think having a mask on and staying socially distanced, he wanted to come out and take a picture with the trophy, which can't state strongly enough how big of a role he's played in the success of this organization. But I think for him, just being a free agent, not knowing exactly how the future is going to play out, I don't think there was anyone that was going to stop him from going out. I think, from at least my perspective and, not watching it super closely with everything going on, but, I think he was mindful of, other people, especially other people that he hadn't already been in contact with. This is something that we're going to wrap our arms around tonight and in the morning and figure out, where we're going from here. It was obviously a really unfortunate, kind of end point of this incredible series, and definitely, affected some of the joy from winning just because of how much JT has meant to us, and him not being able to be on the field for that final out with everything he's done for this organization. But it's something that is no one's fault. It's just how things played out, and we'll figure out exactly how to proceed going forward.
Will the team be going home, or do you have to stay here in quarantine again now?
Not sure yet. We're going back tonight, and we're going to all take tests and figure out what the results are from that, and then go from there.
You mean going back to the hotel?
Correct.
Thanks.
Next question is from JP Hornstra. Go ahead.
Andrew, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you put into perspective just how much Mookie Betts meant to this? I mean, so much was talked about his acquisition, but then to see it come to fruition in the way that it did in the World Series, are you guys here celebrating this without him?
It's hard to imagine we are. I gave the answer earlier that coming in when we acquired him, my expectations were sky high, and somehow he managed to find some headroom above that and exceed it. I can't say enough about the baseball player, the way he makes everyone around him better, and it's hard to imagine us sitting here right now without him.
Next question is from Stephanie Epstein. Go ahead.
Andrew, you were actually shown standing next to Justin with neither of you wearing a mask.
I was definitely wearing a mask.
Okay. Why were you guys not more, forceful with him about remaining isolated, given the risk to all the people on the field?
Yeah, I mean, I think the people who were on the field were people that he had been around and with masks and staying distance. And again, I haven't seen the footage per se, but, I think from his standpoint, him having a chance to take a picture with the trophy was incredibly important and meaningful to him. And, obviously from our standpoint, the contact tracing and figure out, who's been around him and the test results are all going to be incredibly important from this point moving forward. It's hard for me to say specifically about the on-field because I didn't see everything that happened or didn't. And so obviously we'll, figure out more as we go.
Next question is from Derek Gould. Go ahead.
There were photos, obviously, of Justin with the trophy. Dave Roberts beside him, not far away. Impressive is the optics of this. And the
Can you hear him? One?
No.
To be an example.
Can you talk a little bit louder, Derek?
Derek, I can't hear you.
I can. Can you hear me now?
Barely?
Go ahead. Yep.
Is this better?
Yes, much better.
Yeah. There were photos of Justin with the trophy, you sitting not too far away, and Dave Roberts without a mask. Can you at least speak to the optics of that when baseball has a chance to set an example? And also when the teams who did have positive tests had people immediately go into quarantine, immediately leave the team, and sometimes not emerge for days?
Yeah, I haven't seen the pictures. I totally understand the question. If there are people around him without masks, that's not good optics at all. I haven't seen them, so it's hard for me to speak to it specifically. But, I think from our standpoint, I think the people who were around him were people that would be in the contact tracing web anyway, with just how closely a lot of us have been around each other. And so now I think the subsequent tests we're going to take are really important to figure out what we do and to make sure that any of us that are potentially positive do not spread it to other people.
Next question is from Pedro Mora. Go ahead.
Yeah, Andrew, so what you're saying is essentially that it was up to Justin to go on the field and he chose to and no one said no, just to understand clearly.
It wasn't up to Justin. I think Justin wanted to come out and take a picture with the trophy and did. And again, I think with or without that, a lot of the people who he interacted with would be in the contact tracing web. And before we are to interact with other people, I think it's important for us all to clear the requisite testing hurdles to make sure that we're in a good spot before we do that.
Next question is from Kyle Glazer. Go ahead.
Andrew, just
organizationally, you guys had developed the most homegrown players of any team in the playoffs this year. Just seeing all this talent kind of ascend and culminate in this moment, just what does it mean for the organization kind of top to bottom?
Yeah, it's what hit me right in the final out, just the number of fingerprints all over the success of this team. You go across every department in our baseball operations group, and they all have a hand in this roster. And, you know, again, we've been through a lot of adversity in years past, and, you know, for us to continue to try to figure out ways to improve and get better with what we were doing, I think speaks to the group that we have. And, you know, for our young guys to get this experience this year really bodes well for us in the future. For our veteran guys who have been through a lot of this, you know, for them to reach this ultimate pinnacle, you know, couldn't be more meaningful with what they've gone through. And so I think, you know, just as a group, we couldn't be more proud and couldn't be happier about it. And, you know, you kind of saw a lot of that joy, just a number of people, you know, literally crying on the field, I think speaks to a lot of, you know, what we've been through in the past and a lot of, you know, what, you know, we've gone through this year.
You got time for one more. Go ahead, Bradford Davis.
Hi, Justin. You know, the protocol says that after the club receives
I prefer
notice of
Andrew.
positive tests, I apologize. After the club receives notice of positive test result for a player staff member, the club notifies the affected individual, requires him or her to isolate, meaning no contact with anyone other than medical professionals. So why did you choose not to follow that portion of the protocol?
We did. When he came out of the game, he went and was quarantined in a doctor's office off to the side. You know, again, I think a lot of those instances are people who are around different and new people. You know, the fact that we were all in a bubble together, I think means that from a contact tracing standpoint, we're all in that web. And so now it's important that, you know, we all test negative however many times or whatever the protocols are to make sure that we don't go out and potentially spread it to other people. We've all been in a bubble, and so I think, you know, the amount of contact and interaction between us that have been in that bubble is pretty high. And so now it's important to make sure that, you know, the people who are infected are subsequently quarantined. And, you know, I think by and large it's to make sure that we don't spread it outside of this bubble, because from a contact tracing standpoint, you know, we're all kind of in that web.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, everybody.
Holy shit. Hi, just kidding. Yep. Good night.
That concludes Dodgers postgame media availability.